Thank you very much. Thank you, KMI. Thank you, Ministry of Ocean and Fisheries, and thank you, WMU, for inviting me to speak up on this presentation to be attended in this workshop. And also, thank you again for WMU to give me a chance to be here to extend my work at the office, at my workplace. And the last thing I would like to say before present, um, the delay today is my guilty because I started taking photo with our popular president, and I thought there will be the others coming up, and it's true. So anyway, today I will try to make it short as is possible, and then we'll be on time. And the previous photo you saw me on the first one is the photo I took when I first get involved in the IUU fishing tackling. Um, and then now I would like to present our Thailand fishing fleet that is we're gonna talk about. Okay, my marine department, because last time I haven't introduced my department, so it's kind of guilty that I didn't show you all. Then I will show the uh, new established regulatory body as a one as a the port in port out control center is the part of this body at the time, uh, and what is their duty to do. And then I will touch back about commercial fishing once again, because last presentation in Malmö, I think I could not finish it as I thought. And then we discussed about artisanal fishing, and then the vessel detention as our mission right now. Okay, and in my opinion, Thailand, we failed for three aspects that we should do for before IU fishing uh, has been less. That is, the first one is fishermen, that we have no data about them when they are getting on board and sailing off with the boat, and asking, because this makes somebody being lost, being killed, and then just we can I can say all many of us we ignore to acknowledge about this. Many officers in the past, they just like pretend to don't know, and because of the fishermen, they don't have the chance to get the better job or better working condition, and they also don't have the knowledge. We didn't provide the um, training or raising awareness of their risk, risky job, or the danger of the job. And also the fishing boat is on my department. We don't have the very accurate amount of the fishing boat. We have number in the system, but the actual number we didn't know it in the past. The fishing license, in my opinion, I think it's just like the cake, the the whole cake that the fishing owner they would like to have it. So our government cut it into the piece and give to anybody who asks for the license. That's why we cannot control it, because we collect fishing license fee. But in my opinion, I think it's not very expensive to pay to the government, and government pay we get really less fee, and then we lost a lot of our resources. The five key problems that we got feedback from EU that assess us how fail we did in the past. This one I got it from the report internal in my country, and as you see, we I would say my department, MD is Marine Department, DOF is the Department of Fisheries. I don't know why they don't call Department of Marine. We call our Marine Department. As you see, five key problems that has been raised. Four of five Marine Department get involved. So I cannot refuse that it's gonna be my department's failure. We didn't help the government to control the IUU fishing. So I would like to introduce my marine department a little bit. If you see the authority we have, 1 to 6, there is nothing talking about the fishing or fishery or fishing industry. But because of the first one is said to ensure the provisions on the navigation of Thai Water Act and Thai Vessel Act. These two provide us responsibility to have a look on the fishing boat. So some countries, the fishing boat belong to fishery department, but in my country, it belong to marine department. Then it's kind of information sharing or collaboration that we didn't have enough, like show in the three problems. So my department, they did our job, and then fishing department, they did their jobs. Then there is nobody talking each other. Then the problem happens. Okay, look at my my organization structure. We have Director General on top, and actually we are under the Ministry of Transport. The key body in my organization who take care of the get involved into the fishing activities or IU fishing, you got to have a look at the middle one, the Marine Safety and Environmental Bureau, Ship Standard Bureau, and Ship Registration Bureau. All of this we have kind of legislation power to control the vessel. And Seafarer Department Division, they have authority to control the a persons who work on board fishing vessels. We have Legal Affairs Bureau that being advise us as a legal officers. And if you see at your left hand, you see Marine Office. We have 7 regions office, and each region office will consist of the branch office as well. It depends how many branches. It depends on the province, the area in the regions. And the Marine Office is just like small, I would say, the small Marine Department. They have all authority as the Director General have. Maybe not much, not all, but almost of authority they have. So everything we did in the headquarters, they have to do so. And there will be personnel like me as working in the Ship Standard Bureau, and personnel from Marine Safety and Environmental Bureau. These two persons has direct authority to control the vessels. Then we have to delegate power, or actually we sent a officer to the marine office, and for the authority from Ship Standard Registration Bureau and the Seafarer Standard Division, they just delegate authority to the personnel in the office. That is the authority we have. Then actually it's not like so new establishment, but they 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 have kind of um, authority. Then when we combat the IUU fishing, we just like make it more systematic. The body we call Command Center for Combating Illegal Fishing, or we call Triple CIF, which the Prime Minister is the head of this body. That's why, because of Marine Department, the Ministry of Labor, and the Department of Fishery, we are in the different minister, under different ministers, so nobody can like order each other. So we got to ask the top one to make an order. And the prime minister is in the position of the policy level, so they just plan and order what to do. And actually, a person who like to run this organization is gonna be like chief of the navy, the commander in chief of the navy. And from that, oops, sorry. From that, you will see there is one body behind, below, is called Thai Maritime Enforcement Command Center, or we call THAIMEC. It was established. Actually, it was established since 1997, but in this operation is under the Triple CIF, and actually right now the Triple CIF is dissolved, no more, but the THAIMEC still be here, and we have the special, like very particular act for this organization. THAIMEC is kind of coordination center. The THAIMEC is actually the coordinating center for many departments to work together nowadays. And for the first stage, that all departments working together, there's gonna be Navy, Marine Department, Fishery, blah blah blah, and all of these body, they have their own authority or legislation power to do their job. So Marine Department, as I said, we don't have authority to make to authorize to issue the license for fishing. So to solve that issue is gonna be fishery, Department of Fishery. Actually, it's typo. They have authority to do, but we are working together to work as a one-stop shop service. So that's why the Triple CIF is the key for combating IUU fishing. This is the like the first stage of gathering power of the law to combating, and after that, actually the Fed organization, they still be there, but they didn't act much as these remaining 5 organizations. But all of these 5, they has been working with the port in and port out control center to inspect the vessel at the port as a uh, port state measure. And then in 2019, after the TPCIF dissolved, then the Navy fed off from port in and port out control center. But anyway, right now the I will call PIPO still exists and continue their job under the budget of Department of Fisheries. Okay, for what what are the PIPO do? Um, they have uh, they have to check the legislation of the fishing boat pier. This is the pier that the fishing boat can alongside after come back from the EZ or from the sea. And for the fishing vessel before departure or before arrival, sorry, they have to inform PIPO for coming in and going out to get approval before proceed, unless they're gonna be like have violation and they're gonna be punished. And then the officers in in the PIPO control center will inspect randomly. In the past, we inspect almost all of them, but right now we try to like because of officers number is going down, so we have to um, consider the list of the fish. Sorry, the list of the fishing vessel to consider which one to be inspect or which one to be like skip inspection. And also actually the fishing vessel was being tracked by VMS and the FMC like we saw yesterday in our visit, but also the officer in PIPO, they also have be able to access to check to track the vessel also. This is the example for criteria that they're gonna put scoring to the fishing vessels, and then the higher score will be inspected by PIPO. If it's normal, like in the green color, it might be not it might not be inspected. But if it become red or actually it's become like in the watch list, it's gonna be inspected more often. And if it in the at risk, is the vessel gonna be inspected every time when they leave the port or coming in to the port. I think this idea is not just only Thailand to do it, but I think all over the world we have kind of scoring like this also. And this show how many stations or PIPO that we have in Thailand. We have 30 port in and port out control centers located around the coastal area of Thailand, and additionally we have 21 forward inspection point for because of some PIPO they have like responsible area a lot, then they got to put some FIPS to have inspection for the fishing boat also. This is what they do in the inspection. They verify the fishing gear is it right with the fishing license or not. Random check, measure the size of the net, check the fisherman. In the past, I call the fisherman as a fishing labor because of in my office we have separate the fishing crew who operate the fishing boat and the fishing labor who work as a fisherman. But I got in advice that all of them they are fishermen actually because of even they have responsibility to uh, control the wheel, take care of the engine, but in the operation of fishing they still help each other and they actually they are come from the fishermen and they work as a fisherman as well, so they have like two duties to do at the time. Then at inspection they check to verify people like I said at the beginning. In the past we don't know who is on board, who is coming back, is it same person, same amount. So we got to make the head count, and before we don't have crew list on board ship. Right now my department we put we force the fishing vessel owner to register all the fishermen into the basket. They have the one fishing vessel owner they can have maximum 5 vessels on hand, and they can have like 200 fishermen in the basket. They can put any fisherman into one boat, and then the report will be made, and the crew list will be automatically generated. And all of these officers they have to check is it correct amount as they inform, and is it are they the person, the right person to cast to go with the vessel. And this is uh, kind of criteria we check for fishing vessel. Um, in in the first stage, we don't know how much vessel we have, and if we ask them to show the vessel and license, it's gonna be confused for us because of um, almost of the fishing vessel they look like the same. So we got to mark on the vessel which one is matched with the license, and they cannot take the same vessels to show to the officer with the same with the different license. I would say that this one cannot stop all of the spoofing license, but it can slow down them a lot. We have this one as a criteria to check, to make the officer to check easily. But if we suspect we found some grounds, then we inspect deeply. For the commercial fishing, we had issue on data sharing in the past. Um, my department we don't know how many license of the fishing license being issued during the year, and how many person on board ship. Right now, marine department has the number of fishing license because they issue license um, before is twice no 2 years a time. Right now is year by year. Then they will send the number of the license to us, and we can access to their system to have a look. And also our ship's license gonna be shared. We open to any authority to have a look to see the status of the license, also if it is inactivate or activated. And for the crew or the personnel, we open to them, because even the Department of Employment is not DOL, DOE. Um, they have uh, record of the labors, but for the fishermen, it's kind of delegate responsibility to my department to take care of it. We register the fishermen, and then we know who is on board ship, which ship is in our data server. So we improve the employment contract and wage payment. In the past, they work without the contract, just get paid in some way, like paid by cash, record into the notebook, the paper notebook, the small one, and the employee cannot see how much they get paid. I mean, they get paid maybe one time a week or once a month. It depends on the fishing owners. So right now we put a certain criteria to the contract, and the wage payment has to be transferred via the bank only. They will not be able to get cash, because of we want to track are they getting paid or not. And like I said, right, in my department we establish the facial scan to check, to correcting the fisherman's data. We have C book as a similar to seaman book for the foreigner fisherman. So it's kind of ID, is kind of mistake that some officer they don't understand, and they establish the the C book, but it's useful for nowadays. And also work less hour will be inspect as well, because we force them to make a record. We don't want to work over the time, but in reality, I think all of you know the record will be fake. But I mean, at least we have something, and we can develop more and more. For the fishing boat, right now the most issue for us is revoke the the ship license, because of the fishing license and ship license. Right now they are tying together. If ship license has been revoked, the fishing license will be like kind of suspend or revoke as well, and vice versa is gonna be the same. For artisanal fishing, I would say this is making me confused, kind of confused, because of I believe even actually this today uh, fishing, I could say commercial fishing and subsistence fishing is the one that we should call. But in reality, in Thailand, we have just only commercial fishing and artisanal fishing only, that we have definition for it. We don't have subsistence fishing, which I believe IO and FAO, they have the same meaning, that subsistence fishing is kind of fishing in very small amount of fish to um, to feed their families, and maybe give to their uh, next door neighbor, selling for small amount of money. But for the artisanal fishing, it's not. artisanal fishing is the traditional way to fish, which in Thailand we call that. We kind of using the word confusion words because of artisanal. We we think is kind of subsistence fishing. We consider the artisanal fishing as a subsistence fishing, and the criteria to separate them from the commercial fishing is the size of the fishing boat. Actually, this is not Thai fishing boat; it's Korean one I took. And we also have problem on the delimitation of the, I would say, fishing grounds, because of in the past on your left you see, oops, there are many curves on the delimitation. I think the uncalled is pile on this drawing, and then it's gonna be a lot of problem for fishermen and the officers be getting confused about this, because when you are at sea, it's just only water, there is no line, and they confuse. They don't want to be violent, but because of the area, they think this far enough to be okay to fish, but it's actually the distance is still be in the area. Then we just change to be more straight on the line, as a figure show in the right hand, so it's not being confused a lot for fishermen and officers. Anyway, the artisanal fishing still has limitation, because as I said, the size of the boat, um, Marine Department regulation, we allow the distance of the sailing for fishing depends on the size of the boat. Like the boat not over 5 got tonnage, they can sail up to 3 nautical miles from the nearest shore, not baseline, and 5 to 15, maximum just only 12 nautical miles from the shore. And artisanal fishing boat we consider at less than 10 gross tonnage, so the small boat they cannot go far. I would say this is kind of distance they can they try to separate the commercial fishing boat and artisanal fishing boat apart from all of them. Uh, Commercial fishing boat cannot go into the cannot fish in this area, and this area the artisanal fishing boat can fish in somehow. It's not like very close to the shore, because of it's not uh, it's not good for environment. In our law, the coastal sea, we have definition, and it's count on uh, the like um, the lowest tide, and up to 3 nautical miles from the baseline. Actually, this is on the fisheries royal ordinance. So it's for me it's kind of confused to the fishermen when they want to fish, but anyway they have map to comply with. And our definition for artisanal is just like the fishing operation within the coastal area, the highlight area. Commercial fishing is over 10 tonnage, and we consider to the horsepower also. Sometimes we also consider as a fishing gear which has high performance for catching the fish. Is also considered as a commercial fishing, but in reality, um, some artisanal fishing boat there is almost 10 tonnage, and the catch is not just only for their families, but they are being sold to the middleman or middle woman for selling to the market, which is not accurate as a FAO or ILO define it. But it still be like some gaps. But anyway, nowadays, uh, Department of Fisheries, we regulate the artisanal fishing from the fishing boat more than 3 tonnage to be licensed as a artisanal fishing boat. And this is the size of the, I would say, small scale of the fisheries. For my eyes, all of these boats, they are not over 3 tonnage. Okay, and this kind of penalty that we give to the fishermen if they are violate any laws. I would say the the law also said that artisanal fishing has to be licensed as well. So it's just been licensed this year actually. Okay, this it said that the artisanal fishing license shall not engage the fishing operation at the offshore sea. It means they cannot go beyond the highlight area. It's kind of try to reduce the confuse and conflict between fishermen working in the as artisanal fishing and commercial fishing, because they also have some kind of argument about fishing area. And this is the penalty that we give to any violation that they made. You see the fine is gonna be like 10,000 Thai baht to 100,000 Thai baht. 10,000 Thai baht is just about 300 US dollars. It might not be a lot if you compare to your countries, but it's kind of a lot for the poor fishermen, I would say. This is also the penalty. Okay, the last one with the vessel detention. I would say the process of detention right now, um, we don't detain the vessel which operate and breach or violate to the law. In the past, we lock it out, but nowadays we don't lock. We lock just only the one that has been revoked or suspend the license for the ship's license only. But because of the law tie the fishing license and ship license together, if the fishing license has been withdrawn, revoked, or suspended, it affects to the ship license. Then the fishing owner has to inform my department to lock up because of they have to suspend their ship license. Otherwise, if ship license expire for not more than 2 months, the license will be withdrawn. Then they cannot register their license anymore. For release, the for releasing process is gonna be like reverse. They just inform us they don't like to be locked, or they are free from. They can submit us the they show us the fishing license. Then we can unlock for them. They can move during the lock. Just inform us, and then. But for moving, they got to put some guarantee money that they are not moving away or escape. And if they have to move without notification, marine department, they have to inform us afterward for relock. If they have to break the lock because of maybe the mooring rope parted and the ship move, they have to start the engine using the wheel. This is kind of the fishing boat has been locked. We lock the locking mechanism with the wheel. It's just really, it doesn't like make the fishing boat cannot be moved. They can move, but it's just really the small lock. It show to everybody this one is locked. If they cut, they will violate the law. It's very small, and there is no wheel. We just put the lock, and we also use the electronic monitoring system device to monitor the movement of the vessel also. But as you see, the photo on your right actually is sank down, but because of the law said that we have to put the lock and put BMS, it's unreasonable to make it. But as an officer, we have to obey the law. So it's good for me to finish it up because it's time as a schedule. So I open the floor for questions.
Thank you very much, Decha, for this very informative presentation showing all the changes that happened in Thailand and how you coordinate together. Thank you very much for that. Do we have any question for Decha?
Hi, is this working? Yeah. Thank you so much, Decha, for your presentation. I was interested to see about all the departments that are working with the Piper Control Center. You mentioned the Navy, the Marine Department, the Fishery Department, and so on. So I was just wondering, how is this cooperation working? Is it helpful? Are there formal procedures, or is it just a sort of informal cooperation?
Okay, actually I have to explain that in the presentation, but I may like skip it. Thank you for asking me. Actually, they didn't ask us to do the job. They actually move our people into the Pipo control center, like in the marine office, the branch office. They have people. They got to cut people from that office and put the officers into the Pipo. Then they are under control of the director of the Pipo control center. Then they get the order from that Pipo, and they use our legislation power to enforce the vessels and fishing owners.
Thank you very much. Any other question? Okay, maybe we will have more questions. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I see the map of PIPO spread nationwide. Uh, so, what is the role of local government, or are PIPOs belong to the national government or to each local government? That's a simple question. Thank you.
I'm not sure I understood your question, but the the local pipo is located in several areas because of the fishing boat. They are like they have their own base around Thailand coastline. Then once they want to go out or coming in, they have to inform for inspection. Then each location has to inspect, or they have like some responsible area. Is it correct that you want answer for me?
Yeah, I mean, uh, looking at the map, PIPOs are spread throughout the Thailand coastal area. And those area spread around provinces in Thailand, right?
Actually, if you see the map, there are like 3 regions for the PIPO. I mean, they have also their region headquarter, the sub headquarter, and is under Thaimek. Uh, can you open up the slide again? The if you see the structure of Thaimek, the Tibber CIF, you will see Thaimek has 3 regions office of the PIPO. They are under Thaimek, and they control the local PIPO office to like to operate the to inspect, to monitor the fishing vessels. Then uh, if if there's something happens, they're gonna respond for investigate, for inform the head office, something like that.
Okay, so what?
Maybe if you don't mind, if you have more questions, maybe you can meet during
Yes.
the lunch, because we have lunch now.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going
Okay.
to have 1 hour lunch, and probably because Decha is leaving early this afternoon, so probably during the first phase of the panel discussion we can have more questions. Thank you
Okay.
very much. Thank you for that. Okay, so
Thank
now
you.
we're going to leave for an hour for the lunch. So I invite you to be please on time at 1:30, if I remember, 1:30, in order to start immediately, because some of the panelists will have to fly this afternoon. So we would like to still have this possibility to interact with them before their departure. Thank you very much. So 1:30. Thank you.
Thank you very much.